Hello again, everybody. This is Kasem, and it's Saturday night, May 3rd, 2016. I know that's unusual. I passed away 2 years ago, but tonight, I need to tell you a story. A story I've never told anyone. A story about a phone call at 3 in the morning. A story about Prince. Prince died last month, April 21st, 2016. 57 years old. Found alone in an elevator at Paisley Park. The whole world mourned. The whole world remembered his music, his genius, his mystery. But I want to tell you about the Prince nobody knew. The Prince who called me at home at 3 in the morning in 1984 because I played his song wrong. 1984. It's March 15th, 1984. Thursday night. I'm home in Los Angeles. My wife Jean is asleep upstairs. I'm in my study, reading. It's late, maybe 2:45 a.m. I should be asleep, but I'm a night owl. Always have been. The phone rings. Now, when your phone rings at 2:45 in the morning, your heart stops. Because nobody calls at 2:45 a.m. with good news. It's a hospital, a police officer, an emergency, something's wrong. I pick up, my hands shaking. Casey, hello. Voice high, distinctive. Casey, yes. Who is this? Voice, this is Prince Casey. I'm sorry, who? Prince, the artist. You played my song tonight on American Top 40. You played it wrong. I sat there, stunned, silent, trying to process what was happening. Prince, the Prince. Purple Rain Prince was on my home phone at 2:45 in the morning telling me I played his song wrong. Casey, Prince, how did you get this number? Prince laughs. I'm Prince. I can find anything. And that's how it started. A 2-hour phone conversation with Prince at 3 in the morning about music, about perfection, about why details matter. Earlier that day, March 15th, 1984. During the American Top 40 broadcast, we played Prince's Let's Go Crazy. It was climbing the charts. People loved it. The energy, the funk, the guitar, pure Prince, but apparently, we played the wrong version. Prince on phone. Casey, you played the album version. I sent you the single edit. The single edit is 17 seconds shorter, tighter, better. The album version has an extra guitar solo that doesn't belong on radio. Casey, Prince, I'm not sure we received a single edit. We played what we had. Prince, I sent it 3 weeks ago to your producer. Someone didn't check. Casey, I apologize. We'll make sure, Prince. No, I'm not angry. I need you to understand. Every second matters. Every note, every beat. When you play the wrong version, people hear the wrong version, and they think that's what I intended. But it's not, Casey. I understand. We'll play the single edit from now on. Prince, thank you. That's all I wanted. There was a pause. I thought the conversation was over. I was about to say goodnight, but then Prince said something else. Prince, can I ask you something? Casey, of course. Prince, do you love music? I mean, really love it. The way I do. The way it keeps you up at night. The way you hear a song and think about every instrument, every layer, every choice. Casey, yes, I do. That's why I do this job. To share music, to help people discover songs that matter. Prince, then you understand. You understand why 17 seconds matters. Why the single edit is better than the album version. Why I care so much. Casey, I do. Prince, good. Most people don't. Most people think I'm crazy, obsessive, a perfectionist. And maybe I am, but music isn't just entertainment, Casey, it's art, and art demands perfection. We talked for 2 hours, from 2:45 a.m. until almost 5 a.m., about music, about radio, about the difference between commercial success and artistic integrity, about why Prince changed his name to a symbol, about why he fought with Warner Brothers, about why he recorded so many songs but only released a fraction of them. Prince Casey, I have thousands of songs, unreleased, sitting in a vault at Paisley Park. Thousands. People ask me, why don't you release them? Why don't you put out more albums? And I tell them, because they're not ready, or I'm not ready, or the world's not ready. A song isn't just notes and lyrics. It's a moment, a feeling, a truth. And if the moment's not right, the song doesn't work. Casey, but don't you want people to hear them? Don't you want your work to be out there? Prince, only if it's perfect. Only if it's exactly what I intended. I'd rather have 10 perfect songs than 100 good ones. Quality over quantity, always. Casey, that must be exhausting. Holding yourself to that standard. Prince, it is, but I can't do it any other way. When I close my eyes and hear music, I hear it perfectly. Every note, every rhythm, every harmony, and then when I try to create it in the real world, it never sounds exactly like it did in my head. So I keep working, keep refining, keep trying to get it right. Casey, does it ever match what you hear in your head? Prince, sometimes. Purple Rain was close. When Dove's Cry was almost there, Kiss was perfect for about 3 minutes. And then I heard one thing I wanted to change, but it was too late. The song was already out. Casey, what would you have changed? Prince laughs. If I tell you, you'll never unhear it, and I don't want to ruin the song for you. Casey, now I have to know. Prince, no, Some things should stay in my head. Let people enjoy what they hear. Don't make them hear my mistakes. Why he called. Around 4 a.m., I asked him the question that had been on my mind since he first called. Casey, Prince, can I ask you something? Prince, go ahead. Casey, why did you call me? At 3 in the morning. About 17 seconds, you could have called my producer, left a message, sent a letter. Why wake me up? Prince, pause, because you're Casey Kasem. You're not just a DJ, you're a storyteller. You introduce songs. You tell people why they matter. You connect music to moments, to memories, to feelings. When you play a song, millions of people hear it. And if you play the wrong version, millions of people hear the wrong version. That matters to me. Also, laughs, I knew you'd be awake. Casey, how? Prince, because people like us don't sleep. We can't. Music won't let us. Even at 3 a.m., you're thinking about next week's countdown. Which dedications to read. How to tell a story that'll make someone cry. That's not a job, Casey. That's obsession. Just like me, Casey, you're right. I was awake, reading letters, preparing. Prince, see, I knew it. Artists recognize each other. Even if we work in different mediums. You're an artist too. Casey, don't forget that. That phone call started something. A friendship, sort of. Prince would call me every few months. Always late at night. Never scheduled. Never predictable. Just when he felt like talking. Sometimes about music. Sometimes about radio. Sometimes about nothing at all. Just two insomniacs talking at 3 a.m. In 1985, he called after the American Music Awards. He'd just won favorite pop rock album for Purple Rain. He was on top of the world. And he called me at 2:30 a.m. Prince, Casey, I won tonight. Casey, I know. Congratulations, you deserved it. Prince, or did the album win? There's a difference. Casey, what do you mean? Prince, the album is great. I know that, but did I win because I made great art? Or because Purple Rain sold 10 million copies? Because MTV played the video? Because the movie made $80 million? Success confuses things. Makes you wonder, are people responding to the art or the phenomenon? Casey, does it matter? Prince, to me, yes. I want people to love the music, not the hype, not the image, the music, the notes, the feeling. Everything else is just noise. Casey, then keep making music that matters. The rest will take care of itself. Prince, you make it sound easy. Casey, it's not easy, but it's simple. Make what you believe in. The right people will find it. Prince, thank you. Casey, I needed to hear that tonight. 1987. In 1987, Prince released Sino, The Times. Critics loved it, called it his masterpiece. A double album of pure genius, but it didn't sell as much as Purple Rain. Didn't dominate the charts the same way. He called me at 3:15 a.m. the week it came out. Prince, Casey, have you heard the album? Casey, I have. It's incredible. Maybe your best work. Prince, then why isn't it selling? Why isn't radio playing it? Why are people saying I'm past my peak? Casey, because Purple Rain was lightning in a bottle. You can't recreate that, and you shouldn't try. Sino, The Times is a different album. Deeper, more complex. It's not designed for mass consumption. It's designed to last. Prince, you think it'll last? Casey, I know it will. In 20 years, people will say The Times is your masterpiece. Trust me. Prince, how do you know? Casey, because the best art isn't always the most popular. Sometimes the best art takes time. People need to catch up. Prince, long pause, thank you. Casey, you always know what to say. 1993: In 1993, Prince changed his name to an unpronounceable symbol. The media mocked him, called him crazy, said his career was over, that he'd lost his mind. He called me at 2 a.m. Prince, they think I'm insane. Casey, I know. Prince, but I'm not. I'm fighting for my music. Warner Brothers owns Prince, they own the name, the brand, everything I built. So I'm not Prince anymore. I'm me, the symbol, the artist, free Casey. I understand, Prince, do you? Because everyone else thinks I'm throwing away my career, destroying my legacy. But Casey, what's a legacy if you don't own it? If someone else controls your art, Casey, you're right. It's your art, your life, your choice. Prince, the media will destroy me for this. Casey, let them. You'll outlast them. You always do. Prince, you really believe that? Casey, I do. Prince, thank you. I just needed to hear someone say it. 2000. Prince stopped calling after 2000. I don't know why. Maybe he found other people to talk to. Maybe he didn't need me anymore. Maybe he just moved on. But every time I played a Prince song on the radio, I made sure it was the right version. The single edit, the mix he wanted, the 17 seconds that mattered, because I knew, somewhere, Prince was listening, and he'd know if I got it wrong. Prince died on April 21, 2016. Found in an elevator at Paisley Park. Accidental overdose. Fentanyl. He was in pain. Had been for years. Hip problems from decades of performing in heels, jumping off pianos, dancing for 3 hours straight. And he wouldn't get surgery, wouldn't take time off, because the music couldn't stop, the perfection couldn't pause. When I heard he died, I cried. I'd been dead for 2 years myself, but somehow, I still cried, because Prince was gone, and with him, all those late-night phone calls, all those conversations about 17 seconds, all that obsession with perfection. After Prince died, they opened the vault at Paisley Park, the legendary vault, thousands of unreleased songs, decades of music that nobody had ever heard, and I thought about our conversations, about him saying, I'd rather have 10 perfect songs than 100 good ones. But there weren't just hundreds of songs in that vault. There were thousands, fully produced, mixed, mastered, ready to release. But Prince never let them out, because they weren't perfect, or the timing wasn't right, or the world wasn't ready. All that music, all that genius, sitting in a vault, because one man cared so much about perfection that he couldn't let it go. What I learned, Prince taught me something. In all those late-night calls, all those rambling conversations about 17 seconds in single edits, and why details matter, he taught me that caring too much is better than not caring enough. Most people go through life doing things halfway. Good enough, close enough, nobody'll notice. But Prince noticed. He noticed everything. Every note, every beat, every second. And yes, it made him difficult, obsessive, impossible to work with sometimes. But it also made him Prince. It made him create Purple Rain, and When Doves Cry and Kiss and Sign Oh, The Times, and hundreds of other songs that changed music forever. Some artists are talented, some are hard, some are lucky. Prince was all of those things. But more than anything, Prince cared. He cared so much it hurt, so much it kept him up at night, so much he'd call a radio DJ at 3 a.m. to talk about 17 seconds. The last thing he said, the last time Prince called me was November 1999. Just before the new millennium. He called at 3:33 a.m. Prince, Casey, you still awake? Casey, always. You know that. Prince, I just wanted to say thank you for all those conversations, for listening, for playing the right versions, for understanding. Casey, you don't have to thank me. Prince, I do, because you're one of the few people who gets it, who understands why 17 seconds matters, why perfection isn't optional, why music has to be exactly right. Casey, I learned that from you. Prince, no, you always knew. You just needed someone to remind you. Casey, what are you working on now? Prince, everything. Nothing. I don't know. Music never stops. Casey, even when I want it to. It just keeps coming. Ideas, melodies, rhythms. I can't turn it off. Casey, is that a blessing or a curse? Prince, both. Always both. Casey, well, keep going. The world needs your music. Even if you never release it, even if it sits in a vault, it still matters that you made it. Prince, thank you, Casey, for everything. Casey, thank you, Prince, for calling me at 3 a.m., for caring about 17 seconds, for reminding me why music matters. Prince, good night, Casey. Casey, good night, Prince. He hung up. That was the last time we talked. 16 years before he died. Epilogue. They say Prince was difficult, a perfectionist, impossible to please, and all of that's true. But he was also a genius who cared so deeply about his art that he'd call a stranger at 3 a.m. to talk about 17 seconds. That's not crazy. That's passion. That's dedication. That's love. If you've never cared about something so much it kept you up at night, you've never truly loved anything. Prince loved music. More than success, more than fame, more than anything. And that love created magic. Created genius. Created a legacy that'll outlast all of us. So tonight, wherever you are, play a Prince song. Any Prince song, but play the single edit. Play the version he wanted you to hear. The version he stayed up until 4 a.m. perfecting. Because 17 seconds matters. Every note matters. Every choice matters. That's what Prince taught me. That's what I'll never forget. Keep your feet on the ground, and keep reaching for the stars. This is Casey Kasem, and this was for you, Prince. Thank you for the late night calls. Thank you for caring. Thank you for the music. Good night, everybody.